So guess what? There was a killing in Portland. This is from Benjamin Dixon's article at the Progressive Army. White man kills two after screaming racist hate speech at Muslim women. Victims were Good Samaritans intervening to aid the suspect's original target. So this is the guy who looks like a Neanderthal. Why does they always look like that? Look at that. He looks like he just came out of a cave or whatever.
He looks like he was an important character in the Goonies.
Yeah.
And it's been downhill ever since.
Yeah. So here's what it says. It says 2 men are dead after having their throats slashed by a white man who hurled racist hate speech at several Muslim women riding a commuter bus in Portland, Oregon. Portland, Oregon, which I love that city.
Yeah.
We're going to be going up there. And says the attack happened on Friday, May 26th at 4:30 p.m. A third victim of the triple stabbing was hospitalized. According to the Portland police, several witnesses described the target of the man's hate speech as 2 young women, possibly Muslim. One was described as wearing a hijab. Hijab? Is that how you say it?
Mm-hmm.
The suspect has been identified as 35-year-old Jeremy Joseph Christian. Even his name is Christian.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's a peculiar last name.
He's white, and his last name is Christian. It's going to come into play in just a second. Several bystanders pursued the suspect while others attempted to help the victims on the train. One of those bystanders who pursued the suspect, Larry Blackwood, captured this video of the confrontation between Christian and the police. You ready for this? So let's watch this. So this is a white guy who just killed 2 people on a bus, and he's got a knife in his hand, and the cops aren't doing anything to him.
Yes, Aaron, I was on the max.
The guy's just walking.
Yeah, I was on the max. All of us were. It's why we chased this fucking asshole down.
Guy's just walking around with a knife in his hand, going back and forth at the cops. No shooting. They don't shoot.
He just took a drink of something.
He just took a drink. No, if that kid was black, if he was a 12-year-old black kid, he would have been dead.
That's a hell of a drug, huh?
So he just said, did he say meth's a hell of a drug? They think that guy's on meth. Is that what this guy's saying?
I thought he said that's a hell of a drug.
That's
but
a hell of a drug.
I couldn't tell.
I couldn't tell either. But so there you go. I mean, I don't know how long that goes on. By the way, they took him into custody. They didn't shoot him. Here's another. Here's how cops handle it if the guy's black. What was this guy's name in St. Louis?
Kajim Pal.
And he also had mental problems, and he had a knife. And he wasn't really threatening anybody. Everybody was just like, hey, this guy's got problems, and he's out in public, and he's got a knife, so let's go help him. And don't call the cops if you want someone to help him. So this is Portland, and this is St. Louis. Watch the difference. Cops show up. Here they go. So let's see. Cop shows up. Cops show up. The cops get out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 seconds. How many times did they shoot him, Steph?
12 times.
They shot him 12 times. One guy, black guy, one guy not threatening anyone with a knife. They shot him 12 fucking times.
And they handcuffed him.
And then they handcuffed him after they shot him 12 times.
And St. Louis Police Chief Sam Dotson said that both of the officers opened fire on Powell when he came within 3 or 4 feet of them, holding a knife in an overhand grip. But the newly released cell phone footage undermines the statement showing Powell approaching the cops, but not coming as close as reported, and his hands at his side. The officers began shooting within 15 seconds of the arrival, hitting Powell with a barrage of bullets.
And God forbid you shoot the guy in his leg. God forbid you shoot the guy in the leg. You know what I mean? Like, even if you're not a cop, you would probably do that. But cops, that's not how they're trained. So maybe Portland has a different training for their cops to not kill people right away, because most of the country just kills them right away. And I have comedian friends who do shows for cops. I used to also. And they go, well, you know, cops are just good guys. Yeah, they're good guys to you because you're a fucking famous comedian and you're making them laugh. And cops can always be nice at a one-on-one. But it's a total system. This is it. They have disregard for citizens. They shoot first. Their safety is more important than yours. The whole deal. Especially if you're black. Isn't that funny, that white guy? Did you see the white guy? They don't do a damn thing to him.
They're not even approaching.
They're not even approaching him.
They're just kind of standing
there, laying the guy.
Yeah, I was on the max. All of us were. It's why we chased this fucking asshole down. And we were all on the max. That's why we fucking knew who this bastard was. That's the hell of a drug, huh?
Screaming at the cops, got a knife in his hand. They don't do a damn thing. So there you go. I wanted to show you that. Sad stories all around, but just goes to show you don't have to. I don't understand why cops shoot people all the time. No, I do understand. I do understand. It's the culture. They're trained that way. Their safety is more important than yours. If a cop's safety is more important than the citizens, then he's not really a hero. That's called a coward. If you're supposed to risk your life, that's what makes you a hero. If you shoot a mentally ill guy 12 times within 10 seconds of pulling up on the scene and there's two of you, you're a coward. That doesn't make you tough, but that's how cops do it now. I know cops. My grandpa was a cop. My dad was a cop. My oldest brother was a cop. My best friends were cops in Chicago. And they're all nice people one-on-one, but they're assholes when they're cops. Cops are assholes. Just so you know, it's not a big deal. It's not news to anybody. And they didn't become cops to help people, okay? Just stop that. Anyway, there you go.
Can I add that Chief Dotson said, the officers did what I think you or I would do. They protected their life in that situation. And he continued when he was being interviewed by Don Lemon. He said, in a lethal situation, they used lethal force.
So you're talking about the St. Louis? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there's your Portland. There's your St. Louis. There's a difference. The fact that the guy's white, you think it had anything to do with it? I bet it had something to do with it. But I'm sure maybe the Portland police are trained differently, because that looked like better training to me than anywhere else we've seen videos like this. It's, cops pull out, they shoot first, ask questions later. Their safety is more important than yours, which is the opposite of what policing is supposed to be. So there you go. The next live Jimmy Dore show is June 19th in Burbank, California, and July 15th in San Francisco at the Great Star Theater. For all links for all tickets to those shows and our full schedule right there, there's a link to jimmydorecomedy.com. We'll see you at those live shows.